Hey, what's up YouTube? You're watching Ready Set Drone, and you might remember from a previous video that I had a little bit of trouble with the Hubsan Zino. It drifted all over the place, and it definitely was not as stable in flight as I thought it could be. But after I posted that video, got a lot of good comments. I also received a response from Hubsan themselves, and I appreciate that when the company reaches out to reply to a video where you had trouble. And they gave me some suggestions on updating firmware, etc., to see if we could get a better flight out of it. So I've done all those things. I'm here today on a breezy day, and we're gonna see if it does any better with updated firmware, so stay tuned. All right, so before we get started, I just want to invite everyone who's watching, if you're not a subscriber, to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you get the latest and greatest in drone videos. And also, if you want to support the channel even further, hit the join button down below, and I would love it if you join the Ready Set Drone flight crew. But let's get into it. The Hubsan Zino came out late last year, a lot of buzz around it. It was supposed to be the Mavic killer, etc. I received one from Hubsan as a test model. And I have to say, my first couple of flights with it were pretty rough. Had a lot of shaking in the air, couldn't hold in position even when it had 16 satellites, tended to dive a lot when I was flying, and then just several times just went kind of nuts on me and got out of control. All that said, Hubsan reached out to me. I did a firmware update per their instructions, and after that firmware update, I haven't tried it yet. I've only got one battery, so I'm only gonna have one battery's worth of flight today, but it's a pretty windy day, and so I'm excited to be able to see what it can do with the new firmware. I'm gonna say one other thing that's not great about the firmware, and that is it's only compatible with PC. I tried to update it on my MacBook and it wouldn't update. I realized it wouldn't open the files. They were executable files. You need to borrow someone's PC if you're a Mac user and do it on there. It's also a bit of a complicated process, but there is a good video online that Hubsan created to show you how to do it. I followed that video, and once I figured out that I needed a PC, it wasn't too bad. So all that said, let's go try it out. All right, so normally I might be a little bit hesitant to fly on such a windy day, but today with wind blowing probably about between, I'd say 12 and 18 miles per hour, it is a perfect chance to test the Hubsan, because the last flight I did with this was also on a windy day, and as I said, it was all over the place. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it in the air and really just kind of test how well it holds in place, and then fly it around a bit and see if it still does those kind of crazy dives and that sort of thing, and just get a sense of how much more control I have over it with the updated firmware on it. Okay, it looks like I've got a connection, and so far I've got 12 satellites. I'm gonna give it a second and see if we bump up to a few more. I think last time I tested it I had 16 satellites, so I want to give it a little more chance to lock into more satellites. Big open sky today, beautiful day. All right, there's 15 it looks like, and that looks like 16 now. Okay, well that's what I had before. As I said, it's a beautiful day, and it's definitely breezy. So I'm gonna go ahead and format the SD card. Roll a little bit of video with it too. The video quality on this thing is actually pretty good. And the stabilization with the gimbal is not bad. It just tends to kind of be a little wonky, but I did update the gimbal firmware as well. So, looks like we're all good. All right, let's just go ahead and take it off and see how it does. There's a big gust of wind blowing right now. I don't know if you can hear it, but there we go. Now, I haven't touched anything on the controls. Not sure if you can see it back there, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring it a little bit closer to us. Let me get it in here in between us and the camera. And then I'm gonna let go of the sticks. And again, it's a pretty windy day. So, bring it back a little closer to me. The wind, by the way, is blowing from me towards the camera. So if it were to be caught up in a gust of wind, it would fly straight towards the camera right now. Yeah, pretty much coming from my back. So I'm not touching the controls at all. And there's what it's doing. It's down, it's going down. Boy, it's going down a lot. It's only about a foot off the ground now. And it's come back up. And it's going back down. Boy, the altitude hold just doesn't seem to be there at all in this wind. Now it was over there and now it's over here. It's coming closer to me. I mean, as I said, it's a strong wind and it is kind of holding in place, but it's got 16 satellites. It seems like it could hold a little bit better than that. Let me just let it stay for a second longer. I'm gonna go ahead and rotate the yaw around so you can see me on the camera. And as I rotated the yaw, it dropped down probably about 2 feet, and then, and now I'm gonna rotate the camera down a little bit. Rotating the yaw, yeah, whenever you adjust the yaw, it kind of like throws it off. It was up at above me, and I tilted the camera down so you can see my face, and now it's, yeah, it is not holding super steady. Now the picture looks pretty good, you know, I'll give it that. But you can see right now I'm not doing anything to the sticks. I haven't really done any throttle to the sticks, and I'm having to back away from it because it keeps creeping closer and closer to me. Maybe it senses that I'm not giving it the best reviews or something, I don't know. All right, let me just zip it around a little bit and let's see how that does. Now, of course, there's a huge difference between it flying with the wind and against the wind today because the wind is blowing pretty hard. But, oh wow. So as you push the stick forward, it still descends quite a bit. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going into the wind. I'm going to back it up here. And I'm going to give you the shot of the drone. Now I'm going to take it to about 6 feet off the ground. That looks like it's about level with my eyes. And I'm going to fly it straight towards me, full speed. And it's down, it's down, it's down, and yeah, it almost hit the ground. I was probably about, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches off the ground when I just recovered from that. That was just pushing the stick forward and not doing any sort of adjustment to the throttle until the end when I had to save it from hitting the ground. As a matter of fact, I'm curious how it does downwind like that. All right, so with the wind, it's not as much of an issue. Against the wind, I'm at probably about 20 feet. Now I'm at about 10 feet. Now I'm at about 6 feet. Yeah. And again, that was with no throttle change at all. That was just it diving down. I guess when it's flying against the wind, it must just kind of get pushed down a little bit by the design of it, you know, the aerodynamics of it. Now, I will say I do feel more in control of it today than I did last time. It doesn't seem to be acting quite as erratically. It just doesn't hold in place. And as I said, if you're with the wind, it seems to do okay as far as going forward, but against the wind it dives. Now that's not me touching it, that was just a gust of wind, kind of pushing it about 2 feet to my right. Now it's kind of backing up into the same spot it was in before. But you can see, it's just like going up, probably about 3 feet. Now it's coming down as the wind pushes it. I'm gonna rotate the yaw one more time and put it facing into the wind. I'm wondering if when it's facing into the wind actually is pushing it down, kind of like when it's going forward. Like if there's a natural tendency for it to go down based on wind pushing into it, which is what it does when it goes forward. I'm gonna try doing a little orbit around myself and see if I can make a nice looking shot out of that. Okay. No, it's so I didn't give it any throttle or take any throttle away, and it went down about 3 feet from where it was. Let me try this direction. Oh, wow. Ah. Wow. Okay. That was a little bit me, but just also a little bit of it just going down from the height I had it at. All right, just for fun, I'm gonna go ahead and take it up. I'm gonna go ahead and take it up into the air, maybe, I don't know, 50 meters. It's a pretty windy day. I imagine it's even more windy up there. There's a Mopac. It's the highway next to this ballpark. That's what you're hearing, that and the wind. So I'm at, it's only 15 meters, according to this, 45 feet. There is, I'll take it up to 30 meters, that's probably high enough, 31 meters. And I'm just gonna let it sit there for a second and just see if it's steady enough to get a nice shot of the freeway to where you can't see it bouncing around. I think it is. It seems to be, it actually seems to be holding steadier up there than it was down here. However, I can't tell how much it's bouncing up and down, and there's a big gust of wind right now. It's staying in one place. The shot looks pretty good. All right, I'll bring it back down. My battery's at 49%. So this is me just bringing it down nice and smooth. Get right over here and tilt the camera down onto me. And again, not touching it, but you can see how much it's moving to its left, my right, and kind of bouncing up and down as far as height goes. So it's kind of hard to keep myself framed and centered when it's doing that. Now it's probably gone up another 4 feet without any input from me. Yeah, just the altitude hold on this thing is not great. Now it's coming down. Now it's getting blown by the wind. And again, I know it's a strong windy day, but oh man, the wind's really going now. Now it's doing its best to stay in the wind. Let me bring it down here and let you see how much it's tilted over in this strong gust. So I'm gonna bring it over towards me. Yeah. Oh, that's all. That toilet bowl was kind of it on its own. Didn't want to be right here. It wants to be up there. I'm trying to force it to be right where I want it. All right, it's got the low battery warning. Whoa. All right, wind's getting stronger. I'm gonna land it. Try to land it. There you go. Okay, so I thought before I called it quits, I'd recharge the battery, get up the next morning, and try to fly it in less windy conditions. Now, it is still kind of breezy, but I'd say about half the wind speed of yesterday. I'm in my backyard now, and it's a lot more protected with a fence and trees and stuff like that than the baseball field was. But I want to give it one more shot and just see if it's any more stable with slightly less wind. I basically got it all set to go. It's got 15 satellites. Battery is fully charged, and so let's see how it does out here in my backyard with less wind. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, come on, baby. Okay, so not a great takeoff. And still drifting. Let me see if I can get it to settle in. So there we go, nothing on the sticks. And it's going up and to the left. Still to the left. Quite a bit to the left. And again, I'm not touching the sticks at all. It's about from here to there. Bring it back over one more time. Now it seems to kind of have locked in maybe. Try to see if I can just park it right here and leave it. All right, there we go. All right, now I'm manipulating it, adjusting it, trying to bring it back. I'm trying to keep it right over the table. Whoa, whoa. Almost landed itself on the table by accident. All right, just zip it around the backyard a little bit. And it's still diving when I go forward. All right, let me see if I can land it precisely on the table. It's something I've done with my Mavic many times. Okay, I was able to land it. Boy, it still just is not wanting to stay in one place. And while it's a little bit windy, I wouldn't say more than, I don't know, 7 miles an hour, 6, 7 miles an hour out here today versus yesterday, which is quite a bit windier. Kind of disappointed. I thought it would hold a little steadier here in this more protected area, but it still was just kind of drifting all over the place. So I guess I'm going to wrap it up by saying I'm sure that this does have some good qualities in terms of the camera quality. The camera quality is good. It looks pretty decent. The gimbal seems to be better now that I've done the updates on the gimbal. It doesn't do those random kind of resets and shakes and going askew like it did the first time I flew it. But the fact that it won't hold steady in the wind, now the wind's picked up just a little bit since I landed, but the fact that it won't hold steady in the wind and the fact that it dives when you fly forward. And let's do one more thing. Let's do a quick yaw test and just see what it does when I yaw it, because last time when I yawed it, it wouldn't hold in place at all. So let's try that. All right. Whoa. Okay. Come on. All right, gonna bring it right here and give it full yaw. Okay, that's not, oh, that, up. And, wow. Yeah, that's what happened right there. Oh goodness. Oh goodness, Hubsan. Not good. I don't feel like that was my fault. Pull the battery out just to make sure it doesn't start up on me. Shouldn't have done the yaw test, I guess. It seemed to be okay for a moment, and then it just kind of went down and to one side pretty sharply, and then hit a table, that silver table over there, and then hit the fence, which resulted in the crash. I hope it's okay, because I actually gave this thing away to somebody. Sorry. And I'm going to be sending it out to them this week. I think it'll be okay. I've got some new props I can put on it. All right, gonna say, if you're looking for a starter drone in this price point, I don't recommend the Hubsan Zino. It's just not stable. It's not good in wind, and I think that if you are especially a beginner flyer, because this is the price point where a lot of people would be buying their first drone, not a great first drone, because ultimately you have to be able to control it, and this one is pretty hard to control and keep in place. And while the footage looks good, if you can't make a stable shot, then there's really no point, because you can't control it. You know, that's the whole idea, is that you have this flying camera that you can put precisely into different spots. And the technology 5 years ago, this would have been a great drone, but today, not so much. Leave your comments below. If you want to see more videos about drones, please subscribe to Ready Set Drone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.